Tucked away in her Ballard micro-perfumery, indie potions master JT Siems caters to Seattle's unique tastes. With her historically inspired artisanal fragrances, Immortal Perfumes is more than a passing fancy. It's an intentional ritual, an exploration in scent, and a connection to human stories old and new. For over a decade, Immortal Perfumes has carved out its niche in the face of institutional industry giants.
Hi, my name is JT Siems and I am the perfumer at Immortal Perfumes. Immortal Perfumes is what I call a micro perfumery, so it's just me making all of the perfumes and they are based on historical and literary figures.
You wouldn't know it, but the perfume industry is something of a duopoly. For almost 100 years, perfume houses Givaudan and Firmenich have led as primary recipe and ingredient providers to brands like Dior, Dolce & Gabbana, and more.
So most of the perfume brands out there and hair care products, lotions, all that kind of stuff, they're all done by those two companies. There are, like I said, there are other companies that do it, but for the most part, anything that you're buying at like Sephora or a big department store, Ulta, any of those places, those are coming from those companies.
With those big fragrance houses comes master perfumers, who conduct the work of crafting and pitching recipes.
Prior to about 20 years ago, you had to go to perfume school in France to be a perfumer. And so when I was starting, around early 2010s, I ran across a tutorial on how to make perfume. And that was kind of what got me started. So basically, to answer your question, it was really hard back then to kind of find that information. Like a lot of the stuff that I found were just like tutorials online. Mandy Eftel, she's an independent perfumer in San Francisco. She's kind of like the queen of the independent perfume scene. She's done a lot of books. And so like a lot of it was learning that way.
Thus, independent training in perfumery remained largely inaccessible. It was wider use of social media that allowed for knowledge sharing between budding perfumers. Jen herself learned largely through tutorials on Pinterest and by other indie perfumers.
When it comes to creating perfume, like even if you're at a school in France, one of the foundational things that you need to do is just smell a lot of materials and take notes on them, because that is kind of like, those are your tools that you're working with, so you have to really get to know them.
With her skills and independent brand, Jen sets out to create value for her customers.
I'm making perfumes that I like, that I think are fun, that are true to me and my experience. And when you're passionate about it, then the people find you.
It's that passion that's led Immortal Perfumes to its unique product line. For literature and history lovers alike, the parchment scents of dead writers and the sanguine qualities of Carmilla await. Every bottle in the Immortal Perfumes line is handcrafted and made carefully. This comes with exact measurements as well as trial and error, all to find a unique scent that's just right.
I've been doing this for 14 years and I make bad perfumes all the time. Like, it is just one of those things where it really takes practice. It really takes learning the materials. It sounds very easy in terms of, it is a creative process. It's like painting, like anybody can do it, but you really do have to practice to get good at it.
If you want to get your hands on an Immortal perfume, you can find them either online or in-store via scheduled appointments. This appointment-only structure has worked well for Jen in her many years as a small business.
So part of it was I wanted a place where people could like come in, and I call it like a little perfume lounge. Like, you can come in, you can hang out, you can smell some stuff and have it be very chill. I do have an assistant now, but for the most part I'm a one-person business, and like I just don't want to work 16 hours a day. So I'm like, can you just let me know like when you'll be here and I will be here.
These appointments can range in style, from hands-off browsing to in-depth fragrance fittings. It's at these appointments that clients can freely explore Jen's stock of indie and niche perfumes.
Yeah, so I have independent and niche perfumes from around the world, and the reason why is because there's a really big perfume community in Seattle. A lot of people are very into it, but there's not a lot of stores where you can get things that are a little bit more interesting and not necessarily mass-produced. I should probably have more than just my stuff in here, and it's been just an amazing way to connect with different independent perfumers from, like I said, around the world. So I've made a lot of friends doing this, which has also been fun.
Seattle is also home to an active indie perfume scene.
2 years ago, we came together and we did the Seattle Perfumers Discovery set. And so this has 13 fragrances from different Seattle brands. There's always kind of been the indie perfumer presence here, and like sometimes we're better than other times at like talking to each other, but I think now with social media and everything, it's so much easier.
That connection between indie perfumers and enjoyers alike is integral to keeping the community alive. Social media has helped with accessibility, but one way Jen tangibly engages is her quarterly magazine.
There are not a ton of perfume magazines. The ones that there are more industry focused, so I was really wanting to do something that was for the community. So these are written by either indie perfumers or other perfume enthusiasts.
In-person events are another great way that Immortal Perfumes reaches people directly.
Can come in and create their customs. Easy to follow formulas that they can make something right then and there in class, and it doesn't matter if they're only coming to one class or if they want to come to all of them. It's just a nice experience. I do host perfume swaps in here. We actually have one tomorrow. So we're gonna have about 20 people in here trading perfumes, and we are also doing what I call vintage smells club. So I'll take like my vintage perfumes and we smell them and we learn about the brand. Last year we had a Dior one, and we opened a box of Dior perfumes from the 60s that had never been opened. That was like such a special moment for everybody because it was really cool. And also Miss Dior does not smell like what Miss Dior smells like now. Like it's a completely different perfume.
Unique to Jen is her social media platform, where she connects with the perfume community through a lens of history and storytelling.
So I do a lot of historical content, and it especially relates to my stuff. You know, like I've got the Marie Antoinette perfume, I've got a Sylvia Plath perfume, and honestly, I have so many followers just on, you know, TikTok, Instagram, and everything that are like, I don't wear perfume, I've never thought about perfume, but I watched every single one of your videos because it is really interesting. Like it says a lot about society, like what types of smells that they are interested in, how they want to present themselves. It's almost like it's like fashion.
These stories persist, and new stories connected to scent are written every day.
So I think that the stories come from the scents, they come from me sharing my knowledge, and they also come from the people that are visiting who, you know, find some sort of connection just because they're reminded of something based on what they smell.
Along the way, Immortal Perfumes recounts, records, and displays that history for people to engage with. You can see this through Jen's perfume library.
My goal is to one day, you know, have a space this size or bigger that is just dedicated to it. For now, there's a really amazing perfume museum in Chicago called Perfume Passage, and it's like this on steroids.
As Immortal Perfumes has grown, so has Jen. So what's on the horizon for Immortal?
I have too many perfumes, so I want to probably like kind of get clear on how I want to do that. I haven't figured that out yet. My big thing is I've been working on a book. It's on submission, so I'm hoping that gets picked up. So I'm still like kind of writing that, and it's about the history of perfume, some of the stories that we talked about today. That's the big thing that I'm focused on, and I want to do more community events. So I think it's like very TBD right now, but yeah.